Hey there, welcome back to our cozy corner where hearts flutter and stories find their rhythm. Tonight we're diving into a different kind of craft, how to editing time, not just lines. We'll wander through the little rituals of line edits and copy edits, and somehow, in the middle of punctuation marks and deadlines, a romance might bloom. If you've ever stared at a page and wished the words would move a touch faster, or whispered a prayer that your characters would speak with honesty, this one's for you. So, take a breath. Grab your favorite pen or your newest notebook. And let us learn to bend time around the heart. First, let us settle into the idea that editing time is an act of love. It's not about rushing to a finish line. It's about giving the story the space to breathe, the courage to reveal itself, and the patience to become something more precise and honest. Imagine a clock with soft hands, moving not in loud ticks but in careful, kind sweeps. That clock sits between two conversations, the author's voice and the reader's hungry eyes. Your job with line editing is to honor both. To trim the squeaks and bumps, to let the sentences glow, and to keep the pulse of the story intact. Line editing is where music meets prose. We listen for rhythm, the way a sentence lands on the ear, the cadence that keeps you reading with a smile or a catch in your throat. Start by reading aloud, even if you're at your desk in sneakers and a mug of coffee. If a sentence trips over its own feet, cut the extra weight. If a phrase bounces too quickly, cushion it with a breath, a beat, a pause. The goal isn't to strip character or soul. It's to sharpen the line so the emotion lands with precision. Let me walk you through a gentle, practical approach. First pass, cut filler words. Words like very, really, just, and suddenly often drift in as the story breathes, but they can blur the point. If a sentence can convey the same meaning without them, your line becomes clearer and more intimate. Replace dull forms with lively action. Swap "she walked slowly" for "she inched forward." Third pass, check imagery. Are you leaning on clichés, or do you offer a fresh brushstroke that makes the moment vivid? A single well-placed image can do the work of a paragraph. Fourth pass, test the emotional beat. Does the scene land where you intend, the ache of longing, the spark? The same scene should whisper its truth in a rhythm your reader can feel. Not just in what is said but in how it feels to read it. Now, let us bring in the other half of the editing time, the copy edit. This is where you guard consistency, voice. You're building a world that should feel real, with rules that never shout but always hold steady. Copy editing is about clarity and trust. You want the reader to glide, not stumble over a tangled timeline or a shuffled. Here are some careful steps you can take to honor time without losing warmth. First, tense and point of view checks. If your manuscript hops between past and present, you've got to guide the reader with gentle markers, a name, a memory cue, a clear scene heading in your draft. Consistency is not sterile, it's the scaffolding that lets romance breathe. If two chapters occur on the same day in a way that would imply impossible proximity, you've got to straighten the clock or adjust the events so they feel earned. Third, character voice and vocabulary. A hero who speaks with bravado in one scene and words that reflect who they are without tugging the reader out of the moment. Fourth, property of prose versus poetry.